at the moment, but I am getting information from neighbors and family members, and as well as other citizens in the Mendota area.
And Evaristo, we're curious. We believe this was the first one we had reported tonight. About what time was this?
About what time? It had to have been, I don't know, maybe 8 o'clock. I'm not sure. I really wasn't even paying attention. I was more or less paying attention, getting home, being safe, so I'm able to see my family again. And, you know, that was my main priority. But as well, I also do like watching storms, and that was very interesting to me. And I really liked what it was, so I had videotape it, and I figured, hey, maybe it'll get somewhere, maybe it won't, but at least I'll have it for my future reference in my database and memories that I will forever carry on for the rest of my life.
Well, you did your job. You captured it on video, and then you got yourself to safety. So good job on all counts. Thanks very much, Evaristo Rosales. Cheryl Scott with more for us. Cheryl?
Yeah, I mean, Kankakee County getting hit really hard right now. We have intense rain, strong storms, and still tornado warnings in place, stretching from Manteno down towards Kankakee. And Doppler radar is picking up on some strong rotation now, just continuing to push off towards the east around Moments, Kankakee. So we have this tornado warning in effect until 10:45. Sun River Terrace, this is basically right on top of you. Aroma Park, St. Anne, and Hopkins Park under the threat for this potential tornado touchdown. At this point, we do not have a confirmed tornado on the ground, but with Doppler picking up on this strong rotation, there's a good possibility here that we're going to continue to look for and see that rotation continuing with this thunderstorm. So radar showing this polygon off towards the east now. This is going to continue to slowly work its way east through Kankakee counties. On top of the strong thunderstorm activity, we have extreme rains that will continue to push through this area. And this has been I shouldn't say devastating, but definitely we have reports of damage in a lot of areas. This is just a dangerous situation. So if you are under any tornado warnings, you need to seek shelter. And we always say go to the lowest level of your home. So right now, here's a look at that one polygon. You can see it a little bit closer. And as of right now, there was a tornado touchdown close to the Braidwood area, and they did report a tornado around 10:15. So right now we're seeing this storm continue to push east from the Braidwood area. The potential there for the tornado touchdown continues around Moments. This will continue to push east close to Pembroke, Lake Village, and then beginning to cross over 41 there. So tracking this out for you, 10:33 Talmadge, 10:53 Lake Village, 11:10 Roselawn in your neck of the woods. If you're in the path of this storm, if your city is listed, seek shelter immediately. Ron?
And Cheryl, you did have a tornado touchdown, and I don't know whether it was the tornado, but we now have a report of high-tension power lines across I-55 at about Reed Road. That would be in the area of Reed, and the storm had just recently passed through there. So whether that was heavy thunderstorm damage or a tornado, we don't know, but it is possible. We're trying to check it out now, but it's possible that all lanes of I-55 are blocked in that area. We'll continue to check it out for you. And Jerry?
Well, I was showing you this, Ron, a couple minutes ago. This gives you some idea of the relationship of the storms to the city of Chicago. Notice that they pass just to the south of DeKalb. So here you are in Chicago, looking out to the west toward Iowa. This is Waterloo, Iowa. But again, you can see now that the storms obviously will not be affecting Chicago, but they will make their way across Kankakee County. You can see they almost cover Kankakee County right now, and they will continue to work their way into portions of Indiana. So certainly you should be able to get a good picture from this as to whether you are in the path of the storm. Notice anything to the north of this is certainly out of danger and will not be a factor. But if you're out ahead of this storm, you do need to take cover because as you can see, even with the three-dimensional aspect of it, you keep waiting for it to shrink a little bit, but it's just continuing to keep its altitude with tops running at about 50 to 55,000 feet. So a rather impressive storm that has held together for a long time out there this evening. Ron and Kathy.
Okay, Jerry, we're getting more information about the situation in Braidwood tonight. Ron was just talking about those high-tension wires being down. Now we've been told that a tornado passed within a half-mile of Exelon's Braidwood nuclear station. It was just a little bit north of that facility. State police are now saying that those high-tension wires are indeed down, that all lanes of I-55 have been closed in that area, and that some of those power lines do feed the Braidwood station.
Now, we don't think there's any issue with the Braidwood nuclear station, but a little scary when you get a tornado coming that close. Now, we've always been told over the years that those facilities are built to withstand even a direct hit from a reasonably strong tornado, but it's a scary moment when it does come that close. I-55 is going to be a mess. We repeat, there's no point in trying to go south and west out of Chicago. If you were going to be driving that way, take a break, have a cup of coffee, relax. It's going to be a mess out there for a while they try to get things cleaned up. And as Jerry just pointed out, this storm shows no signs of diminishing as it's now passing through Kankakee, Bourbonnais, moving on down toward Indiana, just south of Crown Point, still with those tops of 55 or 60,000 feet. Those are very, very strong storms. Remember, some of the damage we're showing you may not have been caused by a tornado, but these high winds, 50 or 60 miles an hour, just short of tornado strength, can do a lot of damage, especially when they're accompanied by the extremely heavy rain that was coming down, and you've got rain, sheets of rain, absolutely blowing sideways. This has been difficult.
And this thing has been going on for hours now and shows no signs of letting up. One area we've been talking about all night long is Woodhaven Lakes, where we know there's been extensive damage, either from a tornado or those very strong winds. This is an area just outside of Sublette, about 1,700 acres with about 6,000 lots with RVs and mobile homes. Joanne Martinez is a camper in the property there and is on the phone now. Joanne, how are you doing tonight?
We're fine.
That's good news for sure. Can you tell us what your experience has been?
Well, it got pretty rowdy around here. I mean, it got pretty black and windy, and the sirens were going off in Amboy, and then the sirens went off here at Woodhaven. We have 2 sirens here. We went to the comfort station. That's where we go. It's a brick building, and all heck broke loose. It started, we're getting really super windy in that, and then the rain was like horizontal rain. It was going sideways, and I could have swore that I heard what sounded like a train and stuff in the distance. I wasn't sure because it was so windy and pouring down rain and stuff. But I guess I was right, because the east side of here, like Woodhaven East, we have a Woodhaven West, Woodhaven East, is a total disaster. I mean, it is totally destroyed.
Can you set the scene for us, Joanne, and tell us what this east side of Woodhaven looks like?
Oh, God, there are trees, and there are trees down everywhere, huge trees on top of trailers, and there are sheds and trailers that are overturned. I understand I couldn't get all the way through because there was ambulances, and obviously there's crews in here in the park trying to get people out of trailers still. So, you know, there's certain areas you can't even get through right now because they're trying to get trees off the roads and people out of trailers.
And this area looks like the vegetation was very mature. We know it's been around for, some 50 years. So the trees are very, very large?
Oh, yes. Some trees have been here probably for 100 years or better.
A very difficult night for you, Joanne. We're glad you're safe, and we'll continue to monitor it as rescue workers start to sort their way through Woodhaven Lakes, especially the east side, as you reported. We've just heard from Chuck Gowdy that multiple structures are reported damaged, and multiple mutual aid emergency responders are gathering at the Braidwood Fire Station. There has been damage in or around Braidwood. All we know at this point, multiple structures reported damage there.
We know high tension's lines down in the area of I-55 and Reed Road there. All lanes of the interstate, we're told, are blocked. It's just a mess, a nightmare trying to move through there. There's no point in getting anywhere near that area tonight. Cheryl, what do you have for us?
Well, the latest information is that the tornado warnings have expired at this time, which is great news. However, with that said, you can see this intense line of showers and storms, a lot of lightning right now pushing just south of I-80, taking you into Kankakee County there. You can see the intense storms here, a lot of rain. Now, we did have a tornado warning that was issued for this area, but that just expired. It was for Kankakee, also around Moment, up towards Yellowhead. Mantina, you are in this, and right now what we are going to find is a slight chance for some rotation here. I'm not going to rule out still the possibility of some tornadoes, but the main threats will be extremely gusty and high winds, also hail and torrential downpours. So flooding is a problem. So right now, Moment off towards Shadow Lawn, down towards the Pembroke area, and just continuing to pass east of X-Line, and really Kankakee County in the thick of this right now. That tornado warning expired. However, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in place in the yellow polygon here for Jasper, Kankakee, Lake, and Newton counties, which does include parts of northwest Indiana. And this warning in effect until 11:15. These storms pushing off to the south and east, and they will continue to rock into parts of northwest Indiana. So you need to be alert for the severe weather and have a severe weather safety plan with the severe storms rolling through. We always advise to seek shelter lowest level of your home, but you can see them racing across I-57 there. Now, also good news is we still have the damage. We've had tornado touchdown confirmed. The tornado watch still exists for the southern half of our area until 2 a.m. However, the storms are going to continue to work their way off to the south and east. So we're getting out of this once these storms continue to pass to the south. But we have to deal with the aftermath, which we have a lot of damage being reported, and also flash flood warnings. You can see the training effect of this storm cluster. Flash flood warning through parts of LaSalle County, Kendall, Grundy County, and also Kankakee and Will counties. So a lot of water in a short period of time. Futurecast showing the future radar here as we expect this system to continue to die out overnight into tomorrow morning. So we're continuing to track this. At this point in time, no tornado warnings, but we still have the severe storms rolling through, especially Kankakee and northwest Indiana. Kathy, Ron.
Thanks for reminding us about the flash flood warnings, because really, if you look at the way this trained through there along the I-80 corridor, that's a lot of the area that had tremendous amounts of rain last week. So we just continue to soak those already soaked areas.
Braidwood, we're having reports of a lot of damage in that community, and we have someone on the phone right now who is in Braidwood and can hopefully update us in terms of what's going on there. Nikki Lewis, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Well, Nikki, tell us what's going on.